Hey, just a heads up, we also live on YouTube as well. And we are live.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? How y'all doing today, fellas?
Tired, boss.
Awful
I
tired,
bet you
boss.
are.
Dog
I bet.
tired.
Yeah, it was a long day, early morning. You know how that go. I'm feeling about the same way.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, man. Finally starting to feel better, man.
Good. I know it's been an uphill battle for you. Welcome to
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
watching in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Episode 9, New Jack Archers. Welcome, everybody. Give people a minute to get in the room. We are live on Instagram and YouTube today for the first time going live straight to
First
YouTube.
time.
Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. J Cam. Welcome to episode 9 of the New Jack Archers. I'm one of your co-hosts here. We got my main man, Courtney Williamson from Kentucky with us this evening. How you doing, C. Will?
I'm great, man. I'm finally starting to feel better, man. Ready to get in these turkey woods in about a month, a couple months
Man,
actually, man. And I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm less than 30 days. March 15th, Florida's opening up. I drew a Florida tag, so I got less than 30 days. I can't wait to get out there. And we got my other main man, Mr. Trey, the dreaded Archer himself in the house from Texas tonight. How you doing today, brother? Welcome home. Welcome home.
All right, right, man. It's been a long journey, but I finally got back, and I'm super excited. Unfortunately, I don't have. I'm in a new dreaded Archer studio, so there
Don't
is.
put your hand back up. The wallpaper popped through. Don't put your hand back up.
Hey,
That wallpaper is terrible, son.
hey,
Do
but
not put your
hey,
hand back up.
here's the thing, bro. This house was built in 1963. The couple that owned it was the
Did you
original
mean
owners.
18?
Nah, but no, the couple they're the original owners, and they're like 90. I think the guy is 91, and his wife is like 92, and they moved out couple months ago, and I swooped in and got this joker. So this is the new dreaded Archer compound. So I'll be bouncing back and forth between here
Yeah,
and
man.
South
We
Dakota
got
to
to get
hunt.
that. We got to get that fixed for you.
Oh, it's in time. My brother will be here fixing it up.
Yeah, you gotta get Nick over and get that wallpaper off.
Exactly.
Y'all go find the Underground Railroad under that wallpaper.
Man, that thing was looking
Hey,
crazy.
bro. Hey, every time like I come here and I'm moving stuff around, I'm finding all kind of new stuff, man. Like it's like
Uh,
didn't know
I
this was
believe
here.
it. I believe it. I believe it. Can you give me a little more volume still, Trey, if you got it? Just a little bit, bro.
And I'm here.
There you go.
You
That's
good?
good. That's
Cool.
good. Y'all had a good weekend. Everybody weekend straight?
Oh yeah, it was straight, man. Just
I know you was busy
moving
moving.
shit. That's
What
it.
about you, C?
Good, man. Just like I told y'all, my uncle or whatever got cancer, so we just been back and forth to the hospital. Making sure he's good and taken care of and everything. So just keep him in your prayers for me, man.
Of course, absolutely, man.
For
We ain't
sure.
do much or nothing. Just chill. Nice and easy weekend. But so on this episode today, we're gonna do something a little bit different. Y'all heard us talk about the 3D the 3D shoot that we're gonna be heading to up in Oklahoma this weekend. We actually have them. They'll be joining us as guests of the show. So we'll be talking shot the 3D experience on today's episode. Trey, if you want to bring them in whenever you're ready, intro them and do your thing, brother.
Boom. And let's introduce Amber and Jeremy from Shot the 3D Experience. How you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
Struggling, but good. Oh yeah, moved
Well,
14 hours across the country and trying to get the house all unpacked is crucial.
Oh yeah, very hectic.
But how you guys doing today? You guys getting ready for the shoot this weekend? And I'm sure there's a lot of moving and shaking going on. So, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, been pretty busy week. We're still doing some final pack up. We will head down to Arrowhead State Park on Wednesday morning. The crew will start putting all the courses together. This first event will have 6 courses to choose from. 2 of those will be an ASA style course where you know, shoot, pull, and return, and then the other 4 courses will be a true walk through style course up to 3 miles long. So we're excited. It takes a lot of work to put these events together. We start usually on Wednesday morning and don't finish up till late Friday evening.
Holy smoke! So, how many targets are you guys having to transport?
About 150.
ooh,
Ooh.
Yeah. And this year we partnered with Wild Creek Targets. They're out of South Africa. One of the best targets I've been around, and they're one of our title sponsors. So we are actually a Wild Creek dealer too. So we'll have some targets on hand for sale. And of course, if we don't have what you want on hand, we have a catalog you can order through us at special pricing. So we're excited about that. One of our courses will be a Wild Creek only target course. And if you've never seen the Wild Creek targets, you guys are going to be in for a surprise. They're pretty spectacular.
Very detailed.
Yeah.
You see, I've never heard of Wild Creek. Normally, it's like the ones you can get around here. So it'd be like what, like
Delta
Delta
McKenzie.
McKenzie and Reinhardt. That's about all I know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, we'll have some Reinhardts and we'll have some Delta McKenzies, and but
I tell
this
you,
year we'll have about 50 Wild Creeks to display.
I tell you what, I'm on the website looking at them right now, and if they look anything like this, they are very detailed. Like she said, there's some good looking targets even online. You can tell like right away. They're
So,
Oh
pretty
yeah.
quality.
what's the ratio of the targets? Is it like 1 to 1, or they kind of scale down a little bit?
No, they're pretty much full size.
Oh yeah.
We have a Cape Horn buffalo that is the size of a cow, and the kudu is the size of a horse. I mean, they're pretty good.
Nice.
They're big.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. They look amazing. They look amazing. So Jeremy, how long you been into archery? You want to tell us a little bit about your background and how you got introduced to shooting to the sport?
Well, I was introduced to archery probably when I was 9 years old. My dad bought me a bear archery bow. I can't remember much about it. I didn't get into it like hardcore when I was young. It's kind of got away from it growing up as a teenager into football and basketball and other sports, and then kind of reintroduced when I was probably 21, meeting a buddy of mine who's also a co-owner of Shot. His name's Brian Thomas. You'll see him this weekend as well. And we started deer hunting together, and that was in 2004 or 2005. Yeah. So about 25 years ago. And then got into it pretty hardcore, got into 3D about 5 or 6 years ago, hardcore. And then when I met Amber, we really started hitting the ASA trails and different 3D events around here locally. Had fun at the very first Oklahoma TAC. Had so much fun there that we decided to create our own little backyard 3D course. That kind of grew into friends and family coming over, having little tournaments, and then that grew into the whole Northeast Oklahoma coming over to the house and doing jackpots. And then that's when we met Tim Gregg, who's the third owner of Shot, and we combined Odd Vein Out archery course with his Rogue archery course and formed Shot the 3D Experience. And then in the summer of 2023, we had our first event in Hugo, Oklahoma. Kind of slapped it together with like 6 weeks of planning and preparation, pulled in a few really good sponsors on our first event. And it was a enough of a success in the middle of August. It was probably the hottest weekend on record in Oklahoma. It seemed like it was 110, 112 degrees,
Mm.
but we still had a fantastic turnout. We had 300 plus people show up enduring the heat. And so that told us there was a good need for what we were doing, and that the sky was a ceiling for us. So we last year had our very first full season of 5 events. 4 of those were in Oklahoma, and then our finale event was in Arkansas at Mulberry Mountain. And we had 500 people show up at Mulberry Mountain. I think there was at least 9 states in the U.S. that was represented there by our customers that I know of. So it's just been growing ever since. And this year we've got more fantastic sponsors, some new ones, and some of the same old sponsors that's been with us since day one. So we really appreciate all them. We can't put this on without them. And if you go to our website, you'll see there's a lot of awesome sponsors helping us out.
That's what's
Sure.
up. What would you say separates you all from like a TAC or like an R100?
Well, for what separates us from TAC is a couple things. We're pretty engaging as a staff crew. When we run our novelty shots, there's going to be a staff person sitting there with you, engaging in the activity of the novelty shot. So if you're shooting 107 yards at our Buffalo to win the side-by-side, Brian's going to be sitting there spotting you and telling you like, oh, you're 2 inches low. Let's get it a little bit higher to get you in that bullseye to win that side-by-side. That's across, it's not just Brian, all of our staff members are that way. And so we're very engaging. We try to meet you out on the course, shoot some rounds with you. It's an atmosphere where the staff and the owners are like participating in the event with you and just trying to make it as fun as possible. Another thing that kind of separates us from them is we don't do knock times. Our day pass is a true day pass, so you can show up anytime during the day and shoot any course, anytime you want, as many times as you want to. So we try to unrestrict the shooter by not doing knock times. We also allow pay at the gate, so you don't have to register online. Our registration online saves you a little bit of money, and it will close down a few days before the event. But after it closes down, you can still show up and pay at the gate and get in.
Okay.
So we view TAC as not really competition to us. Like, we love going to TAC and we love everything about TAC. It's a fantastic event. If it wasn't for TAC, we probably wouldn't be doing what we're doing today. They kind of paved the way and showed us how to make archery great. And we love the guys at TAC, and we love participating in TAC events. They're fantastic. We just offer a little bit different environment and structure to our events.
That's what's up. I like
that's
it.
the one thing about the all these 3D shoots that's popping up around the country. It just gives you like more opportunity to shoot, archery and to meet people from all over. And each event offers something different. It's just I love them all.
I failed to mention one of the things that sets us apart this year is we partnered with ASA this year. So at each one of our events, the Saturday morning of the event, we are hosting a state ASA qualifier. So if you're part of a competitive league ASA, you can come shoot the ASA course in the morning for your state qualification. Shoot it for score, jackpot, you can win money. And then at noon, when we close that down and pay out those winners, we open that ASA course up to the general public, the rest of the shot event, to go shoot that as a trial run ASA course, so that like you don't have to go shoot it for money and you don't have to compete against somebody, but you can shoot it as if you were competing to kind of test it out to see if ASA is something for you. And there's lots of rules in ASA, different classes, but we're trying to grow the sport as a overall sport, not just, like a fun shoot archery. We like the competitive side too, and we're trying to do competitive archery along with the fun shoots.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else is doing that. That's awesome right there.
Yeah, I like that. Because go ahead, Jay.
No, go ahead.
I was saying I like the whole thing, the no knock times and whatever, and the no registration, because I know a lot of time in TAC, man, when we're trying to get like a big group together, everybody's either at work or money issues or something going on, and we don't end up all getting the same knock times, and don't get up shooting together or whatever. So
Yeah, and
I
you
think
gotta
that's a huge
too.
thing.
Yeah, and I want to defend TAC a little bit. Like I said, we love those guys. They have a problem that we haven't ran into yet, where they have sellout events, and when you're trying to get 2,000 people on 5 to 7 courses, there's some crowd management that they have to do, and it's just part of the supply and demand. And we're not that big yet. We don't have 2,000 people knocking our door down trying to get into our event. So it affords us the luxury of being able to be a little bit more free with that. Hopefully one of these days we are that big and we get sellout crowds where we have to manage it. And I'm sure we'll have to do something similar to TAC when that day comes.
So
just
right
to
now,
Go ahead.
now you go, Jay.
Now, I was just going to ask. I know you mentioned the Saturday morning, since you said the Saturday morning you got the ASA style. So, for people that don't know, could you walk us through like a typical weekend, what it's like from start to finish for your event, like what time you open and all that good stuff? What could somebody coming out to Shot 3D for the first time expect?
Yeah, you're going to come. The gates open at 7 o'clock in the morning. When you get there, whether you have pre-registered or you want to pay at the gate, you're going to come to the registration booth. You won't be able to miss it. It's got SHOT written all over it, and there'll be probably a line of people there. But that's where you sign your liability waiver, and you'll get your wristband. So everybody who's pre-registered or paying at the gate will get a wristband. That's their day pass for the day. And if you buy a 2-day day pass, you'll receive 2 different wristbands, one for Saturday and one for Sunday. Once you do that, you can head over to the practice range if you want to do some warm-ups. The novelty shot base camp area will be open if you want to shoot for some prizes that we're giving away, or you can hop on the shuttle side by side or the shuttle wagon and get your first course in for the day. You have 4 courses to choose from on Saturday morning. There'll be the Tybo's archery course, the Wild Creek target course, the Antlers motorsports course, and the Rolling Bones course. All 4 of those are open Saturday morning. The archery garage course is the ASA one, and that will be closed to the general public from 7 o'clock in the morning until around noon while the ASA qualifier is taking place. If you want to shoot the ASA qualifier, all you have to do is tell the registration desk that you want to shoot the ASA qualifier, but you have to do that before like 7:30 because it's going to be a shotgun start at 8 o'clock. Shotgun start means everybody shoots at the same time or starts shooting the competition at the same time. So the ASA course, it'll go from 8 to around noon, depending on how long it takes everybody to get through it. And then once that course is done with the ASA qualifier, we open it up as the 5th and 6th course for the general public or the shot guys to go shoot it as a fun round. So that's your Saturday. We'll have food trucks there. We'll have vendors selling all kinds of good outdoor equipment. We'll have a bow shop there. So if you have a problem with arrows or a problem with your bow, you can get tuned up. You can buy extra arrows if you lose them out on the course. We like to set our targets where it's very challenging, technical. We have some long 120-yard bombs down to some short stuff that's, threading the needle between the trees. So be prepared to lose an arrow too. If you make it through all 5 courses and you don't lose an arrow, I'd be surprised. But we'll have some really awesome vendors there and our sponsors. I think at Arrowhead we got 15 different vendors and sponsors already signed up, plus the food trucks and some coffee company gonna be there giving some free samples of coffee in the morning. So it's think of it as a archery festival, and you can spend all day there and not get bored.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes,
I cannot wait till Saturday. I can't wait to get started this weekend.
You gotta bring
Sounds
your
very,
checkbook.
very exciting.
Yeah, the weather for this weekend's looking great. We missed the if we would have scheduled it a week earlier, we'd have been shooting in the snow, so that would have been a bad deal. But looks like high of 65 to 70 degrees this weekend, sunny and beautiful.
So, what is the terrain the terrain like? Is it hilly? Is it flat? Because I know
Yeah.
Oklahoma seems to tend to be flat, but I've shot other places where it's been kind of hilly.
Well,
Arrowhead.
Arrowhead's got a little bit of both. So we've got where we'll have the Tybo's course and the probably the Rolling Bones of the Wild Creek. You're gonna get some elevation shots. There's some canyons. There's some cliff shots. We had a really cool shot there last year that you were standing on a rock and shooting about 30 feet straight down at a bedded buck. And then we got some that you're shooting almost straight up too. And then on the other side of the road, it's a little bit more leisurely, a little flatter as it kind of winds down to the lake. So there'll be some shoreline lake shots there. A little bit of everything at Arrowhead. Arrowhead was probably one of our best terrain-wise venues from last year. So we wanted to keep it for this year's venue as well.
Nice. Yeah, I know. Was it last week we were all talking like, what is the terrain gonna be like? And I was like, man, last year when I went to Tacky was hilly, and it was like, no, Oklahoma flat. I'm like,
I'm like, it's parts of it that can be flat. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to end up getting into. I was like, I guess
Yeah.
we'll find out next week.
Yeah, we just
Arrowhead State Park it has a really good mix of everything, and you guys won't be disappointed. We had people coming off the course last year at Arrowhead saying, aside from the scenery, it was the best 3D shoot they've ever been to, and they were hinting around at like, besides being in Colorado and seeing mountains in the background, it was the best that they've ever been to. And
Gotcha.
that was just because of how we laid out the shots. We take a lot of pride into every target that we set up. We spend our time setting it up to be the best shot that we can possibly set that target up to be. And that's why it takes us 3 days to set 5 courses. We spend time. We're not just putting a target out in the woods and setting a cone out. Like, there's a lot of thought that goes into it, and we're going to use everything that we can about the terrain. And Arrowhead has a lot to offer, more than what we'll be able to use.
So what all goes into that? Like when you are planning, where you're going to set up, how you're going to set a course up, and where you're going to put a target. Like what all goes into the planning on that?
Well, we do a lot of e-scouting, so we use Onyx quite a bit. We kind of get a general idea of where we want to start and finish the course from Onyx, and then it's boots on the ground. We have to consider arrow trajectory. If there's arrows being missed, we're not shooting arrows towards other people walking past the trail or another trail coming through. So there's a lot of thought that goes into the safety side of it, but then also we want to give the shooter a really nice experience of the hike that they're going to be on, and as they turn the corner and see like the shot, we want a little bit of a wow factor, like, oh wow, they set that target in like a really cool spot, to where that's what I would expect that target or that animal to be if I was hunting it.
Oh, nice. I know a couple years ago I went to a shoot in South Dakota, and I kid you not, every target you went to, you had to find it. Like it was like the line got jammed up because people were like, I can't find the target. We've been here for like 10 minutes. It was like no one cut the woods. It was a local shoot, and they just kind of threw stuff out there. And it was as an archer, it got frustrating.
We'll throw a couple of those what we call Where's Waldo targets out there, and like the Reinhardt links, it blends in really well with little brush piles and stuff, and it's hard to see. But for the most part, if we feel like it's a hard to find target, we'll put some ribbon on it or around it or something to catch your attention. But every now and then we might throw one that's a little hidden, and you might have to use your skills to find it.
If you're short, you may have some issues.
Yeah.
You said if you're short, you might have some issues.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Well, see, I'm 6 foot tall, and like I'll be looking at the target, like that looks like a good shot, and then she'll come by and like I can't even see it, like because there's a tree in the way or something.
Well, I've got a very important question to ask y'all, coming from a TAC shooter that about died in Tennessee. Water stations. Where will they be, and how many do you have?
Yeah, we have at least one station on each course, and generally they will be put mid-course. So around target 10 on each course, you'll have a water station. We check those frequently. Like I said earlier, our very first event was in Hugo, Oklahoma. It was 116 degrees out there that day, and like some of the staff got sick and had to go to hospital from heat exhaustion. But luckily, we got through the event without any customers getting sick. But we're well aware of like hydration is a very important thing, and we might even have a mobile hydration station there at Arrowhead this year.
So I like to hear.
Okay,
Yeah,
I want to go back. That'll be nice for sure. I want to go back to the logistics of it. So you said you used the e-scouting, which is something I never would even thought about, not having put a course together. But timeline wise, how long do you think it takes from start to finish to plan out a course? Like from the time where you think you pick the venue, what are we looking at as far as like the timeline of putting one of these events together?
Well, that's a really loaded question there. I started with our staff and the other two owners. We started putting this year's events together in June of last year. Securing the venues, working out contracts with the different venues. That takes a little bit of time. So, like, there's a lot of e-scouting that goes into just securing the venue before we decide that it's going to be the right venue for us. We typically say we like to have at least a full square mile to even be able to put one of our events on. We'd like to have 2 square miles. So 1,200 acres is about the minimum what we like to use. And the venues that we have this year are plenty big enough for that. I don't know how big Muddy Bottoms is down there. It's 6,000 or 7,000 acres, I think. It's huge. So, there's several boxes that we got to check off as far as the venue goes. One of them, is it big enough? Can it handle parking? Can it handle, an event like this? Is it close by to amenities? So people have a choice of hotel to stay or some type of lodging or Airbnb. That's another, consideration that we make. And then once we check off all those boxes, then we'll pay a visit to that venue in person and put boots on the ground and kind of walk the woods, if you were, to see what we're dealing with as far as being able to get targets in and out and being able to get shooters a good experience on the hike. And then we use Onyx to basically, as we're setting the courses, we start at target 1. We'll mark it on Onyx. We'll track our trail along as we go from target 1 to target 2. So if anybody wants to see where the course is at up at base camp, we can log into Onyx and show them what the terrain and the trail is going to look like up there. It takes a while. Like I said, we start in June, but as far as this weekend goes, we already have a pretty good idea of where we want the targets because we were there last year. The courses will look similar. They'll be in the same general area, but the trails will probably be different because we're gonna change it up a little bit.
Yeah, I was just curious what that looks like because I don't think folks understand what it takes to actually put one of these events on. So, and it seems like y'all take a lot of time and put a lot of effort into it. So I just have one more question, and this actually doesn't have anything to do with the event. What bow setup are each of you guys running this year?
You want to start with yours? Yours is easier.
Yeah, mine is. I got one bow. That's it. It's the Hoyt RX8, and then this one has so many.
I'm in between. Darton is one of our title sponsors this year, and
Okay.
so Darton Sequel 35, and I just got it put together. I had it custom laser engraved, and if you check out my Instagram, I got some pictures of it on there.
I saw that. It looked pretty slick.
So it's custom laser engraved. I just got it put together and maybe got 50 rounds through it, 50 shots. So I'm transitioning to that bow right now. But before I got that one, I was shooting an RX8 Ultra. I also have a Lift 33 and a RX7 Ultra. And my mission this past deer season was kill a deer with all 3 of those bows, and I accomplished that mission this year. So
Oh,
happy to
congrats.
say,
Congrats, that's dope.
Absolutely. That's dope.
got a decent buck in Nebraska with the RX-8. Got a nice buck here in Oklahoma with the Lift 33, and I shot a doe with the RX-7.
Nice.
So you ain't hurting for no meat this year.
No, our freezers are full.
That's a good problem to
Look,
have.
I didn't get a deer, but I did buy a cow. So
That counts.
That counts.
That
Hey,
counts for
speaking
sure.
of, I saw that video. So did you buy is it alive or did you bought a cow and it's in the freezer?
it was
Wait a
already,
minute. He said, "Is it alive?"
Well, yeah, because like in South Dakota, people like, hey, I bought a cow this weekend, but they meant they bought one, got it butchered, and now it's getting
right.
processed.
No, it was already butchered. All the hard work was already done for me. So
This boy wasn't alive.
Was it alive?
Hey, people buy cows, man. Like where I live now, like there's some people that got cows right behind me.
So, do y'all do any other type of hunting? I heard you say you mentioned deer. Both of y'all hunt, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We'll chase some turkeys around. Deer hunting is probably the biggest.
Yeah.
We'll occasionally go hog hunting. That's pretty much all we have time for right now. Hog, deer, and turkey.
Now, when you
So
say
you-
you chase turkeys around, what does that mean? Because I know Trey says
That
he
means-
chases turkeys around too, and we all know that he really doesn't.
Well,
Can I?
You're gonna get astray about this turkey hunt every week until we get you right. Sorry, Trey.
Just because I don't like it as much as you guys do, I'm still out in the woods chasing turkeys. I just don't put any on the ground.
that's about like us. We'll go out there and
Got
hear a
one.
gobble every now and then. They don't come in. We give up and go back home. But no, we got a lease pretty close to where we're going to be having our first event, and we're hoping to get some turkeys there. They have a pretty good population there. Up where we live, it's a little difficult. Turkey hunting's there's some public land, but it's tough hunting in Oklahoma. Turkey numbers are down. Out western Oklahoma, they have pretty healthy numbers, but here in eastern Oklahoma, it's hit and miss.
Yeah, Trey and I are coming up to Oklahoma in May. I'm not sure exactly what part we'll be in yet, but we'll be up there on the 7th and the 8th to do some turkey hunting this spring up in Oklahoma.
Nice.
We'll be coming.
You don't
up
know
there.
what part of Oklahoma?
I don't know what part yet. The guy has so many leases. It's the guy that this guy we know named Chris. He's one of our duck guides out there.
Okay.
So he said he got a few spots, so we booked with him. When we get a little closer, we'll figure out which part of Oklahoma we're headed to.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of duck hunting. Back in the day, we used to be pretty hardcore duck hunters.
Yeah, I know, but it better keep you busy now. You got everything going on.
Yeah, we don't have time for it, and archery's expensive. Duck hunting is expensive.
Oh, it's a
Sometimes
rich
You
man.
ain't got to
Yeah.
tell me.
You gotta pick your poison. Like you can't have too many of those, right?
No, you can't. You cannot. Like this, I had no idea how bad it was. I just recently started with ducks, and I was like, "Oh, this was a mistake." Like I didn't. This the last thing I needed was one more expensive hobby.
Yeah, we got a plug though. We got a plug. We get some discounts on some of the gear duck hunting, but it gets up there.
Yeah, for sure. I actually
bought-
used to make I could hand make duck calls. I used to do that, and I still have all the equipment. So
Deer calls too.
maybe I'd make you guys a duck call to.
Hey, now you speaking my
Hey,
language.
now-
Yeah, we need to
hey,
talk off air.
Yeah, we'll have to
off
talk
air
about that. Well, I'll see you
Yes,
this
sir.
weekend. I'm always down.
You guys like
going back? I'm sorry, go
single
ahead.
reads or double reads?
I
I
can
got
double.
doubles.
I prefer a double read, but I can blow a single read no diddy just the same. So
Did you say no diddy?
He
No
did.
diddy.
He did.
just to throw that out there.
I had to start just shaking my head. Hey, going back to your event, I see you mentioned your novelty shot. I saw it had something to do with the buffalo. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, the buffalo is one of them. We have 7 or 8 different novelty shots. So the buffalo, that's our long shot novelty shot. You're going to have to shoot a 12 ring inside out at over 100 yards. I'm not gonna spoil it and tell you exact distance. Last year it was 106. It'll be a little bit different this year. And if you get that bullseye, your name goes in as an entry to win the side by side at the end of the year. But it also gets you an entry to win a dart and bow at the end of the event. So it's a double entry. You're entered to win a dart and bow at the end of the event and the side by side at the end of the year. We have several novelty shots. We've got African hunt we're going to give away. So somebody at the end of the year is going to win an African safari hunt to come hunt with me, Tim, and Brian in Africa for 8 days. So that one we're super excited about that one. We've got a Sever Broadhead package / Easton Arrow giveaway. We have bino harnesses we're giving away, binoculars, Leupold rangefinders. Man, there's so many.
My release.
We got an Ibex release giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up because I know I'm going to leave somebody out if I don't pull this up.
Oh, no problem. My guy in the chat says, "Are there any squirrels on the target list?"
Yeah,
that's the most dedicated guy to the squirrel I've ever seen.
The African hunt giveaway, that's going to be on our iron bison. We have an iron buffalo that you have to shoot an arrow through a hole at. It'll be around 50 yards. If your arrow goes through there unbroken, you're going to be entered to go on that African hunt with us. The Sever Broadhead and Easton package, we're calling that group therapy. So what you're going to have to do is shoot 3 arrows at a 10 ring. 2 of those arrows will have a field point on there, and 1 of the arrows will have a Sever Broadhead on it. So we're trying to demonstrate how accurate the broadheads are compared to a field point. So that one's going to be really fun. We've got a fitness challenge where you have to do carry a rucksack about 30 yards and back, get your heart elevated up, and then you have to shoot 3 shots in 60 seconds and get 10 rings. That one you get to win Tacticam trail cam package. Pretty cool Tacticam package. And then we got a speed round, make 3 shots in 40 seconds. We got Victory Arrows and Scent Thief is sponsoring that one. And then we have a deal called Spin the Wheel or Wheel of Destiny. And there's different games that you can play. You spin the wheel, whatever it lands on, you have to do that challenge. We're giving away Leupold binos, Mystery Ranch bino harness on that one. Tulsa Tackle, one of our local bow shops, is donating a Prime Revex bow and an Elite Ethos bow to give away. That one will be on their Tulsa Tackle sign. It also has a small hole that you got to shoot an arrow through. And then another local bow shop, Martin Outdoor and Tackle. They're out of Owasso, Oklahoma. They're donating a Spot Hog Booney bow sight at each event. That one's pretty cool. We have a target that has miniature crocodiles on it, and you have to shoot each crocodile and score 30 or better. And then we have the kids zone. So the kids zone's really cool. We're giving away Matthew's Genesis bows to a kid at each event. All they have to do is come shoot targets. There's nothing that they have to like hit or be accurate at. Just play the game, and then they're entered to win.
That's
so
awesome.
It's a whole little like practice range for the kids just to hang out and shoot all day long if they want to.
Well, that sounds awesome.
And then our surprise shot. So we have a novelty shot that will be on course, and that one we just put together here in the last couple of weeks. Evolution Outdoors is sponsoring that, and they're giving us 5 Ibex hinge releases to give away. So the challenge on that is you're going to have to shoot our Wild Creek Ibex target, and if you want to use your own release, you're going to have to 12 ring it. But we're also going to offer, you can use the Ibex hinge release, and if you use that, you can get away with a 10 ring. So if you make that shot on a 10 ring with the Ibex, you're entered to win the Ibex release, and we have some really cool shirts to give you if you play the game.
So what if you already have an Ibex release?
Well, you can shoot the ibex release, and all you have to do is hit it. Do you have one?
Nope, I was just asking.
Oh, okay.
I thought he did. The way he asked, I
Yeah,
was thinking
yeah,
the
the
same
way he
thing. I thought he
asked.
had it. I was like, wait, when you get that?
Well, I'll tell you what. You want to use one?
Yeah, I'm always hell yeah, I'm always
Do
down.
you use a hinge?
No, I do not. Use a thumb.
Okay. Well, you want to use it. If you want to use the ibex release, I'll let you use it Saturday on one of the courses, and you tell me what you think.
Hey, let's do it. I might leave it one.
All right. I got one. I got one you can use. I want something in return though. We'll have to talk about that when you get to the event.
I got you.
Okay.
Now, I think I saw something on your Instagram too. We know we like chains around here. I saw something about looks like some type of chain or something y'all got going on out there.
Yeah.
For Shot 3D.
When I first joined on here, I was like, man, everybody's wearing a gold chain. I think I should wear mine too. And yeah, so for the ASA event, for the top score, regardless of class, so whoever turns in the highest score, we're dubbing top shot for ASA. And we went out and got this cool little chain here that says
Johnny
top
Dang.
shot, laser engraved, shot the 3D
Ooh-wee.
experience, ASA top score at Arrowhead State Park. We're going to do this at every event because we think it's fun. So yeah, it's legit. It weighs like 4 pounds. It's got leather on the back. Like, I kind of want one myself, so I might have to order me one.
I kind of want one too a little bit.
Yeah,
I
me
ain't
too.
gonna lie. I kind of
Shoot
want
the
one that
ASA
look
course.
kind of nice.
Yeah, you turn in the top score for the weekend, then you
I
get
might
to
have to try my
win that.
hand at it. That's a pretty. How'd y'all come up with that idea for the chain? That's a pretty neat idea.
Well, a lot of clubs out there do belt buckles. You know, even ASA, like the state winner gets a belt buckle, or the shooter of the year gets a belt buckle at the end of the year. And we wanted to do something, and we just didn't want to do the same thing as everybody else. We always try to be different. And I was just getting online, looking at different stuff, and I was thinking about like the big, wrestling belts, the WWE style. I was like, well, I don't know if anybody would, like that or not. And then I saw this. I was like, oh, that's cool. And one of our T-shirts that we made this year, Tim designed this graphic. It's called a shot collar. You guys will see the T-shirt, and he's wearing a chain like that. So I was like, this is perfect. It ties into our shirt, and we decided to roll with it.
That sounds awesome. Can't
Hey,
wait.
I would have loved a belt too, though.
Yeah,
either one
I would
works.
too. I would too.
Either
See,
one works.
I'd wear it. I'd be at work wearing it.
Hey, we kicked around the idea, and we still might do this. We might do a belt like that if someone comes to all 5 events, because we had a couple guys last year that came to all 5. This year would be a little tougher because we're in 4 different states this year. But if you make it to 5 events, I guarantee you we're going to do something special for you. We just haven't decided what that is. We might have to do the belt.
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
Yeah, but then the next year you're gonna have everybody trying to go to all 5 events.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
No,
that's exactly what you want. that's good marketing right there.
Yeah,
That's exactly what you want.
incentivize guys to come to all 5 of them.
That's it.
Collect all 5. We have this year. We'll have a event shirt. It'll be a different shirt for each event. So Arrowhead has its own Arrowhead, shot graphic on it, and the Muddy Bottoms has a really cool. I think a guy's riding a 4-wheeler shooting a bow, and then our Tulsa T-shirt has the golden driller instead of him sitting on his hand on the derrick rig, and he's like shooting a bow. So that's kind of cool. We try to make it themed for every event.
It's nice. So I just got one more question for you guys. Kind of go along with what we were talking about with marketing just now. What's the overall vision? Like, how big are you wanting Shot 3D? How big are you wanting this to be? Like, what's your goal? What's your plan? Do you know at the moment? You're just kind of going with the flow.
I mean, when we started this out, we kind of have the vision to make it as big as we can make it. And I think our audience will kind of dictate that. We're constantly meeting new people. This year we met some great folks with the ASA Federation. flying out to Vegas here in a few weeks to meet with the president of ASA to talk about the future of archery, as far as target shooters and like what we do as far as fun shoot and merging those two and growing the sport and making archery accessible to more people. That's the goal. And another one of our awesome sponsors is the Archery Garage. If you guys haven't downloaded the Archery Garage app, you need to take a look at that app. It's free for Apple and Android, but it's all things archery. You download that app, and no matter where you're at, you can, search for the nearest 3D club, or you can search for the nearest bow shop, or the nearest coach, or the nearest anything archery. So, the vision is just growing our sport and handing it down to the next generation. That's why we named it SHOT. SHOT stands for shooting, hunting, outdoors, and tradition. And that tradition side of it is passing it along to the next generation and keeping the tradition alive with archery. Not just archery, but outdoors in general, hunting, camping, fishing, all of that. But archery is a big piece of that. And if the next generation doesn't pick it up, we lose it forever, So
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We'd like to make it as big as we can, but we're all SHOT is self-funded. We're not in debt to anybody as far as like financially. We didn't go out and get large loans, and we're trying to build this out of our back pocket and kind of grow as we go. So it's sometimes it's hard to make big investments to grow as fast as you want to, but we're trying to do it more organically and I don't know, we'll see where it takes us. We'd like to be big one time, sometime in the near future, but we all still have 9-to-5 jobs that we do too. So
yeah, big facts.
Understand that for sure. But based on everything I heard here, I was already excited to go, but I really can't wait to get to Oklahoma this weekend now. How about y'all?
I'm taking Friday off. I was going to work a half day, but now I'm just going to take off and get there.
Yeah, I told you I'm going to overnight in Dallas on Thursday, and then I'm waking up first thing in the morning and I'm out. Go see some
I know you
people in
said
Dallas, and I'm
Darton
coming right there.
Darton's one of your sponsors down there. Will they have bows down there for like test purposes?
Maybe. So Darton is our bow sponsor. I think they're going to have a booth there. I just talked to their local rep. I believe he's going to be there. And then one of the bow shops that's going to be there, Ty, he's one of our sponsors. He'll be the bow shop at our event that's, selling arrows. And, if you have something go wrong with your equipment, he's there to help out. He carries Darton as well, so he's probably going to have some there. Have you shot one yet?
No,
Courtney?
I've been trying to get my hands on a sequel 33 or 35, just to test out. But,
they're both good. We'll have several. There'll be a lot of people there that have them. I know Brian, the other owner, he's got a sequel 33. I'll put that together for him. What's your draw length?
30.5.
Okay, you're about like you can shoot my 35. I'm a 31-inch draw. So
Gotcha.
They run a little. So I've got this set at 31. All my other bows are set at 30.5. I find that they kind of run about a half inch long.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or short, rather.
Yeah, I definitely want to test one out for sure.
They surprised me, man. I'm Hoyt down to my bones. I'm a Hoyt guy, but this Darton, my hat's off to it. It's a shooter.
See, I've heard they had good bows. Just every shop I've ever been to never has them.
Yeah, never been able to get my hands on one.
But one of my buddy, I guess he shoots for him, and he has like 4 or 5 in his garage just hanging up. And he let me shoot one day, and I'm like, bro, this is cold blooded. I'm gonna have to go get me one.
Yeah, they're legit, man. They're legit.
Yeah, I need to get my hands on here.
We got one on order for Amber too, so she'll have a stone gray Darton with black limbs, and of course she'll have those pink highlights on it. Be all pink blinged out, and
you gotta bring it out.
Yeah. Are you guys planning on shooting the ASA qualifier, or just going to run through all the fun courses?
I plan on
I
just going to
wasn't,
the
but
fun
I don't
courses.
know. You might have convinced me. I wasn't, but you might have convinced me now with the chain.
Yeah. That's the
So
only way you're going to get that chain is top score on ASA. You probably have
Come
to
on, Jeremy. Let me get. We gotta make like 3 more.
constellation prizes.
So so you said that the ASA is the state qualifier. So is it just Oklahoma, or if I qualify, I can shoot at my state
So
qualifier?
this one, because the way that works is where the qualifier is geographically located in, and this is pretty central Oklahoma, central east Oklahoma. So you have to be within 75 miles of the next state to do a multi-state qualifier. So this one at Arrowhead will be an Oklahoma only qualifier, but the one in Muddy Bottoms is a quad state qualifier. So when you qualify at, or when you shoot at that one, you're qualifying for Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, and Oklahoma.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
See, I've never shot ASA, so I probably need to try it.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's what you should do. Um, you should go warm up on one of the other courses, and when the qualifier is done, I'll take you down to the ASA course, and I'll run you through how an ASA event works and what stake you would be shooting from, and you can run through that on your own time without the pressure of it being an actual qualifier, and see how you like it and see what you would have scored.
That
Bad.
sounds,
Compare,
that sounds good to me. That sounds like a plan.
ASA is different. I used to shoot ASA. I used to shoot
Yeah.
on 40, and
Yeah.
it's different. It's fun, but if you've never done it, you definitely need to do it.
It's completely different than what you're going to experience from a shot course. Like, I mean, every shot counts, right? And you're going to, if you drop a nickel or a zero, like, that's a bad day. So you're looking for those 12s and 10s, and you got 20 shots. And you know, there's some rules that make it fair across the board for everybody, but I can cover all that with you, and then you can run through it as a trial run and see what your score would have been, and then compare that to like whoever won your class that weekend, and you'd be like, oh, I might have come in third or second, or maybe you would have won it if you would have competed. And that way you have an idea. Then when I see you again at Muddy Bottoms, we can sign you up for the ASA there and let you run through that one.
Hey, sound like a plan to me.
It definitely does. Anybody got any final questions for Amber and Jeremy, guys?
I think we pretty much killed it.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything we need to cover.
Y'all have anything else y'all want to say to anybody before y'all get out of here?
Well, we appreciate all the support you guys have given us, and thanks for having us on the podcast. We watch your stuff on social media quite a bit, so we're excited to meet you in person and host you. And we'll probably try to sneak away and shoot some of the course with you. Probably won't be able to do a full course with you because we're working the event, but we'll find time to sneak off and shoot a few with you. Maybe give you a few challenge shots to see if you can win something off of us.
Hey, we appreciate it. Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate that.
Definitely appreciate y'all taking the time to come talk to it. It sounds like y'all have a great event, and we're really looking forward to this weekend.
Oh yeah, we'll be there.
Awesome.
Can't wait.
Thank you guys, and we'll see you Saturday, huh?
All
We'll
right.
see you on
Sounds
Saturday.
good.
Sounds good.
Thank y'all.
Later.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh man, that was real dope.
That was dope,
That was
man.
dope. So all the people in the chat, we see y'all. Thank y'all for joining. If you get a chance to come out and support one of these events, please do so. You just heard about all the awesome things that they have going on. I'm gonna run through the schedule real quick. This weekend is in Oklahoma, Arrowhead State Park. It's on March 1st through the 2nd. Muddy Bottoms and ATV Park is in Louisiana on March 22nd to the 23rd. Then they'll be in Kansas on April 26th and the 27th. Arkansas on May 17th through the 18th. And then they're back in Oklahoma to close it out in Tulsa on June 6th through the 8th. So if you can, get out there and support Amber, Jeremy, the rest of the crew of Shot 3D. Like I said, it sounds like a real dope time, man. What are y'all most looking forward to this weekend, fellas?
The novelty shots. Because I like spending money and losing arrows. But I won't be shooting my Oolers though. I can't lose them.
Yeah,
I got, I,
man.
I
Hey,
got,
look.
I got a special set for novelty shots when I go to 3D shoots. Like if I bust these up, I don't care.
Speaking of Oolers, man, I think I seen my tracking number pop up today, so I'm hoping I'll get them in time. I'm gonna bring them with me, but whether I want to lose them that fast, I don't know yet. It all depends. And speaking of Oolers, shout out to our guy. Make sure you use promo code NEWJACK on OolersArchery.com for 15% off your order. Check out that's Oolers, ULLRS, Oolers Archery. That's a good friend of the show, good supporter for us there, and that's promo code NEWJACK. What you looking
Hey,
forward to, C Will?
Man, just the atmosphere, man. Just getting out and trying something different, man, and getting to shoot, archery with y'all too, man. Just showing what we can do and just getting some more content out to the followers, man, and just having a good time with my brothers, man.
Yeah, I
hey,
got my
that's it,
batteries inside charging right now. The cameras will be packed and in the truck, so I'm excited.
man.
We get to hang out, kick it, cook some good food. It's gonna be a vibe.
Oh yeah, I bought a new lens, but I don't think it's gonna be here by the time
Let me
we leave
guess.
Friday.
Did you get this one from the pawn shop too?
No, I actually bought this one brand new.
Oh,
It's one of
whoa!
those disposable camera lenses, so everything looks like it's back in like the '90s and stuff. So
You forget he hit a jackpot during the Super Bowl.
yeah, I did.
It's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker.
He do something to remind us how rich he is every week. I
What?
Every
promise.
week,
Every
every week.
week, he remind us. He remind us of how much money he got and how rich he is, man.
You probably can't see it, but got a new soundboard.
That's why your volume was messed up. Okay.
No, I'm not using this.
Oh, it's not plugged in yet.
No, I'm using my Zoom. I don't know what's going on with the Zoom. It might be this
Anybody
room though.
anybody in the chat got any questions tonight? Oh, we got time to do a little bit of Q&A if y'all want. Y'all got any questions for us?
I just want to say shout out to J Cam pulling back out the Ben Wallace afro for the nice podcast.
I ain't got no Ben Wallace afro. Ain't never been this nice, boy. Never. Ben Wallace ain't never had no curls, buddy.
Bro, I thought you had dreadlocks for the
Don't let this
longest.
fool you, dog.
I
I
thought
got
he had
hang
dreads
time over
too.
here.
Or you
No,
bald headed.
I keep
Oh,
my hair in two strands or braids so I can take it out. Like I'm not
hey,
Trey got dreads. I'm not actually dreaded.
speaking of hair, bro, the weirdest thing happened to me at Joanne's fabric store the other day. So I'm in line buying some fabric, and this lady looked at me. She goes, "Your hair is really particular," and I'm like, "Okay." And she goes, "I've seen a lot of dreadlocks, but yours are just so particular. Are they attached to your hat?" I was
Oh my god.
so I was like,
Are they attached to your hat? Are
yeah.
you kidding me?
That's crazy.
So I
Come
was
on.
so I like looked at her and I took the perfect. I
She
did.
playing on your top, son.
I gave the perfect response. I was like, the people at the hair at the hair clinic said no one would notice, and she looked at me and I was like, no, they came out. They come out my head.
Oh man, you are a fool.
But I was like,
My man,
what does that even mean? Like your hair
are they
particular.
attached to your hat? Is crazy.
But
Hey,
now it gave me
Ethan,
an idea. I might start selling hats with dreadlocks attached to it.
no,
Hey,
nobody's buying that. Save your money, bro. Don't waste your money.
People are out here buying man units. People will buy the hat with the dreadlocks on it.
Yeah, but the man unit stays on. It doesn't come with a hat.
No one knows if you don't take the hat off.
man, every time
You
I
just
think
gonna be in
about
the house
dreadlocks,
sleep with your fitted on, like
dreadlocks and hats was that Jamie Foxx episode when he came in with the two boys in the back. Roaches.
y'all are crazy. I don't know what my man Ethan in the chat said. What is your prep for the shoot looking like? I still try and take the bow out for me personally and get a couple shots in every day. I've been slacking, but I'll pick it up and start shooting here. I can't be out there rusty. You know, these boys like to talk a little trash. So just getting the bow out, shooting it. You know, it's the time to experiment in the off season. Like I said, I got the new arrows coming in. So I'll be shooting sighting those in and then just shooting the bow and having fun with it. Just go out there and let it fly, let your hair loose and just have a good time. That's what my prep look like. Y'all doing anything special? That was a question from the chat.
I gotta recite my bow in. I just put new strings on my bow, so I gotta get out there and recite everything down probably the next couple of days.
Yeah, so I got a strict routine. So I get up in the morning about 4:30, drink 3 eggs, go out, shoot 100 shots, then go to work. Then I go to lunch. I go to lunch. I mean, on my lunch break, I'll stop at the shop. I'll shoot another 150 shots. Then I get off work, get my workout in, shoot another 100 to 150 shots. Then I get in the sauna and the ice tub. I run that back every day until the shoot. And then I will be bringing my ice tub and my sauna with me. That way, when I go to shoot, my routine won't be knocked off.
You gonna bring the honey buns too?
Oh, hey, by the way, speaking of honey buns, Master P just came out with some honey buns, and they are.
Nobody cares.
But look, the honey bun is what makes the dreaded archer.
No.
The iced honey buns.
Nobody, and I'm definitely not buying a Master P honey bun. If it's anything like his music artist, it's gonna be the worst honey bun that you ever heard. You want a Silk the Shocker honey bun? That's gonna be disgusting.
No.
Hey, he got strawberry, lemon, glazed, and raspberry iced.
Who wants that? Like, let's be real. Who wants that? That's disgusting, sir. This is not it, man.
Well, I'll have.
But y'all got any? We'll get back to the news segments. And it was a little bit different for us, how we get down, but we really wanted to get them on, get them a chance to talk about the event. Looking excited, looking forward to going to it. We get to hang out this weekend in person. May or may not do a show. What y'all think about it? We go live from Oklahoma this weekend. We might be dropping on a different day than usual.
Why not?
So stay on the lookout for that. Anybody got anything pressing before we get up out of here for the night?
Nah, I'm good.
I think. See what you got, man. Give me an outro thought.
Outro thought. Are y'all ready for this?
Yep.
You can't spend what you ain't got. You can't lose what you ain't never had. Food for thought. You do the dishes.
That boy said food for thought. You do the dishes, man.
We didn't get a biscuit joke.
We didn't. That's the first show, man. I just knew he was gonna say something about a biscuit. It's the first show, I think. Hey, but that being said, no biscuits from Seawill today. It's your boy, Mr. J Cam, New Jack Arches, Seawill, Trey. We out of here. We'll see y'all next week. Maybe later on this weekend. We'll let you know either way. Salute.